Hello, this is Rob from Rims Models, and this is my final reveal of the Miniart Tiran 4 with the IDF dozer blade. So just before we start, I'd like to say a big thank you to all my subscribers, all your comments. I really do appreciate them all. So what I'll do, I'll show you now what I've used. I'll talk you through what I've done, and then we'll take a closer look then. So the first thing I've done, I always primer it in black, but this time I used Tamiya XF1, which is flat black. And then what I did then, I did the base colour then, I did it about 50-50 50% paint, 50% thinners, and that's the colour I used there. That was the first colour, XF73. So I've done everything in that colour. All the light colour bits is that colour. And then what I've done then, the actual camouflage pattern was this one, XF17. So I went over the whole lot then. All the camouflage pattern was done with that. And then what I've done then, after that had dried, I did a filter then over the whole lot, and I made it out of this here, the oil brush Starship filth. And then I mixed it. I always use my MIG odorless thinners. So I did a filter over the whole lot. And then what I've done then, I painted the wheels with XF85, which is the rubber black. So the wheels there and the rubber bits on the mud guards, they were done the same out of that. Now I'll turn it round in a sec. I'll show you the blade in a minute. So that was done. So that's the XF85, and then what I've done then is I've done a ping wash, and what I used was that there, the oil brush, the buff, and I just went round all this here, all these areas is the oils here, and the ping wash around all the handles, anywhere where the dust would gather. That's what I've done there. And then after that then I've done some chipping, and all I did, I just lightened the base colour there. I just kept adding white to it. I just kept adding a bit of white to it just to make it a bit lighter, and I went round with the sponge, chipping the whole lot. And then after that I went round in the middle of some of the chips with that there, the MIG 044, and all I done then was just, not every one, but some of the really heavy chips I just went in the middle with that, and then I did a rust wash over the top, and all it was that again, the oil brusher rust, and all I did was dab it on, let it dry, and then gently pull it down with some thinners just to make it look like it's streaking. So that's what I've done there. And then I haven't got it to hand, but the actual guns, they are posable. That's actually gunmetal, which is X10, so you can move them. This one doesn't move, this one's fixed, but these are adjustable. And then that's green there, that's the same colour there. And then I used the brass on there, which is X12. I'll pick it up in a minute and I'll show you on top in a minute. The aerials, because they were a bit of a, let me bring it a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. The aerials, I didn't use the kit ones because there was too many attachment points, so all I've done was I had a bit of wire and I made a couple of aerials out of that. I'll flick it round and show you. So that and the tower cables are the only things I actually supply. But if I use the aerials out the box, it would have just been the tower cable, but everything else is straight out the box. So you don't need to buy any aftermarket, you've got everything in there. Right, so next, what I've done, what did I do next? So I've done the chipping, done the ping wash, and then what I've done there, all that's the oil wash there, the ping wash, all that, and then what I've done then on the tracks, good metal first, then I've sprayed a light coat of the buff over it, to me a buff, which is XF55, so I went over with that, and then I did the oil. I use this one here, dark mud, oil brush of dark mud, and what I did, I just went in between the tracks like that, and I did all the oil all over that, and then all the pigments I've used then are these here. So I've got, it's in focus, Europe Earth, Dark Earth, and North African Dust. Well, if you go back to my last update, I show you how I did all this, the weathering. So if you look at that video, it'll show you how I actually got all this effects. And then what I've done then, on the exhaust, on these grills here, I did a bit of that there, black pigment there, so that was all on them bits. And then the dowser blade, there's quite a bit of work on that. Let me just move it back so you can see. Well, the first thing I done, primed it in the black. Then I sprayed this first, there, chrome. I masked that off there because the first I sprayed the whole lot chrome first. Then I masked that off there, and then I sprayed the first layer of chipping on there, which was the MIG ammo heavy chipping fluid. I've done that. Then I sprayed the base colour on the top, which was that one, and all I did was got me water and just did me chipping. Then I masked that off there, and then I sprayed the chipping fluid on there. Then that was the XF85, the rubber black, and then I chipped that, and then I sprayed the whole lot then with the AK scratching fluid. Have I got it? I ain't got it to hand to show you. Where's it gone? All it is a little bottle. Here it is. There, that one. Worn Effects. And then I just sprayed the whole lot with that. And then I went over the top then with the buff again, the XF55. And I just chipped it very lightly, just to give it like a dusty effect. There. And then what I did then, so that was the dowser blade done. The same again with the ping wash. There's the rusty effects on there. There's no decals on this either, so that was easy. There's no varnish or dull coat gloss. There's nothing. I never do them because to me paints is quite hard wearing, so there ain't really no need to worry about stuff like that. I've done then, I did some streaks then. So the first thing I used was this one, rain marks there, and all I did was like, you can't, let me see if I can find you one just to show you, like there, and all I done was just put a bit there, let it dry, and you pull it down. It was streaking, and I've done the same with the rust as well. Let me just bring it round, see if I can show you one. There's one there, look there. So that was rust, and again just blobbed it on, let it dry, and then just blend it in and then pull it down a little bit just to make it look like it's the rust has run. What else did I do? The spare tracks, I painted the gunmetal, and then I did rust. I did some rust patches on it, and all I done was just got my brush and just dabbed bits of rust on it, and then I went over the top with a rust wash. I put the black pigment around the end of the gun barrel as well, on there, so that's all pigments on there. And again, I moistened it with the thinners first, and then just dropped the pigment on. And then the last thing I done then, I got the buff, and I just did some speckling. And you just put a bit on the brush and just flick it on, and then the biggest speckles, if you don't like them, you can just take them off with a bit of thinners. So I think that's everything I've done. Well, like I said, apart from the tower cable and the aerials, everything else is straight out the box. You can have all these two hatches open if you wanted as well, but I didn't bother. Oh, the tools there, we'll take a closer look in a minute. The tools, the metal parts are painted with the gunmetal, and then the handles, I used the MIG. Have I got it here? Not that one. Where's it gone? So I painted the handles first with that warm sand yellow, and then I just got the dark brown oil brush, and I just put a bit of oil on, and then just blended it with some thinners there. So what I'll do, I'll swing it round, I'll lift the camera off, and then I'll show you closer up. So I'll just hold on a second, I'll come back to you. Okay then, I'll just go a bit closer for you now to see. There's the wheels. You can see the chipping as well, and your rust. There's your tools. Right, I'll turn it round to the back and show you. I mainly concentrated the chipping on all the edges and where all the main heavy traffic will be. Okay, and bring it round to the other side. As you can see. So there we go, there's a bit more rust there. There's your dozer blade. This arm here is adjustable. You can pull the pins out and adjust it. What I'll quickly do, I'll just lift the turret off and show you inside the turret, look. And then you can see quite a bit in there. So there we go. That's my Miniart Tiran 4 with the IDF dozer blade. So like I said, I'd just like to thank you all for looking, subscribing, leaving me comments. I really do appreciate them. So I've made a start on the amusing hobby Ferdinand. I've actually made a start on that, and what I'll do then, I'm going to premiere the first update. So if you want to come in and have a chat, please do. It'd be nice to have a chat with you all. So I'll let you know when it's going to premiere. Well, I was just getting it ready now to upload. So I'll catch you all later, and stay safe.